What can you take from Carson Newman? I don't know if when you watch back film, it's a hard barometer in comparison to the other teams you play, but what did you learn from it that you did good and maybe that you need to work on?
And I think we were able to get the jitters out, for the freshmen, just being the first time playing in this arena. We had a great crowd for it to be an exhibition game. And, I think we learned a lot about us, and how we play. And no matter the score, just setting that tempo and setting that standard of what we want to play every time we're out on the court. And, watch film. We thought we played well, but after watching film, it's a lot of things we can work on. But, everything is things that that can easily be changed.
What do you remember about the Chatty game last year?
We lost. First and foremost, that's basically it. I think, we weren't ready that game, just with all the changes and whatnot. Try to make excuses, and we know this year we're not going to be able to do that. I know we all have that game in the back of our minds that we remember it, and that's something that we don't want to let happen again.
Is it something y'all have talked about this week, or is it a subject that needs to come up? Or?
It's nothing we talked about. As Coach Warlick, I've seen, she said in the past, this is a completely different team. I know you see a lot of the same people, but the mindset is different. The team chemistry is different. The focus on what this season means and the whole grind for 9 motto, it's completely different.
What expectations have you put on yourself this year with 2 younger guards underneath you with Mercedes and Drea who can step in for you anytime you come out of the game too?
Leadership and consistency. Just being that leader, being that coach on the floor, helping them out in any way I can, and then making sure that I'm consistent. Just make sure I'm setting the tempo for the entire team every day in practice.
Could you critique your play? What did you feel about your play on Monday night? What did you like? What maybe didn't you like?
I think I did well for the most part. Didn't particularly shoot the ball as well as I wanted to. But my teammates did a great job. They ran the floor well, got open. I was able to find them. They made baskets.
Did you work on your outside shot a lot in the off season?
I did. I wanted to be a more consistent three-point shooter.
So was that disappointing the way it started?
Not really. It was the first game out. My teammates kept talking to me, keep shooting it, keep shooting it. I had the confidence, finally hit one at the end. So I don't think so. As a shooter, you just got to keep shooting, and it's eventually going to fall for you.
Do you think some of those assists, those kind of lob passes, will they be there against bigger opponents, do you feel like, with the size that you guys have or not?
I think so. The way Izzy and Mercedes can sell out down low, and they have great hops and great hands. If you throw it at the rim, they can go get it, and I take my 2 post players and Bashar Gers also up against anybody else who's in the country.
Do you feel like you're going to be throwing a lot more of those lobs toward the rim? You can do it with Mercedes too. That's maybe a little bit different dimension than
I don't think so. I'm just used to doing it, playing basketball for so long. But I'm excited. Those are the best passes to make, and just having post players that you can throw it up to and know that they're going to go get it. Whether it's a good pass or a bad pass, I know they're going to do their best to make me look good.
What do you remember about Middle Tennessee from last year? I know it took you to overtime over here. What do you remember about that game, and what do you know about them?
They're a great team. They play hard. They get after it on offense. They're going to make us work. They're going to wait for us to slip up on defense, hit an open shot or get the ball inside. Great inside presence in Ebony Road, great guard and Shanice Cason out front. And so, it's going to be a tough game for us on the road at their place. They took us into overtime last year, so they're confident, and we have to go in their place this year. And so it's going to be a challenge for us, but, we're accepting it. We're ready for it. I think this is why you come to Tennessee.
What do you think is the biggest differences with this group going into the first game than maybe last season's team going into that first game?
The mindset. I think coaches have come in, they set a standard for us every day in practice. And, some things that aren't acceptable, we do something, we're paying the price, we're paying the consequence for it. And so just having that standard of where we want to play and how we want to play every night.
Holly had been on staff for quite some time before last year, but how much uncertainty was there going into that first game last year, just not knowing quite what to expect and everything, or was that a factor?
You never want to make excuses, but I'd say, we graduated, 5 or 6 seniors the year before, so a lot of players who didn't have as much experience, had a lot of experience last year coming in with that first game. And so, just not knowing and have to take it and play on the road was definitely always tough for us. But as I said before, I think this team has a different mindset. People have stepped up in practice, and as we saw some great things in our first game against Carson Newman. And so, we're just excited. It's the first game of the season. We're ready to get this started. We've been working all preseason, working all summer for this moment.